Let's talk about what we're leaving in 2024, what's in for 2025, and what we're going to do to make this year our best year ever. Right now, there's a super cool trend going around. It's called ins and outs. And so I thought it would be a really good idea to do one for not only the personal growth, but also for the pooper scooper industry and like for my business, what I plan on doing this year, what I don't plan on doing. It's taking everything in me to not be like, what's hot, what's not, but that's totally like the millennial in me. But I'm not going to do that. So basically, what's in, what we're going to be doing in 2025, what's out, what we're no longer going to be doing in 2025. And as we're going along doing this, I want you to type down in the comments what your ins and outs are because I'm curious about like what your 2025 is going to look like. And do you think you're going to be able to stick to these? I wonder if I'm going to be able to stick to them. I've been doing pretty good with following through with promises that I've made to myself. That was a huge issue for me is I wasn't being accountable and I wasn't showing up for myself. Like I would show up for other people, I would show up for my business, I would show up in many other ways, but when it came to self-discipline, I was falling short. And because of that, everything else around me was starting to suffer. Because if home base, right, isn't strong, it's not functionable, if it's not consistent, then everything else around starts to kind of crumble. And that is what I was starting to go through a couple years ago. And through this journey, I just started making little promises to myself and told myself, like, hey, you're not doing this anymore. And then I stuck to it. At first, it was chocolate chip cookies. I know that sounds absolutely crazy. Like, really, chocolate chip cookies were a big deal. Yeah, cookies and Oreos, those were binge worthy foods for me, would make it to where I'd be like out of control, right? Because I wasn't able to control how many I ate. I said I would only eat two, but then I ate six or 12 or whatever until I ended up getting sick. And that carried over into a lot of things in my life. And that led to me stopping to drink alcohol, which then led me to be able to get gluten and dairy out of my diet, which then led me to start going to the gym, which led me to start being healthier, habit stacking. Okay. This all kind of stacks on it to each other. But let's get into the ins and the outs for 2025. Since most of you guys here are pooper scoopers, let me just lead with business stuff first. So, an in for 2025 is developing a sales funnel and a process for sales. Up until now, I haven't had one, right? And that is causing me a lot of issues and it is stopping me from being able to grow the way that I want to. Because when somebody calls and they say, that price is too much, or I need to talk to my wife, or, whatever the excuse is, I say, okay, no worries. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. So a sales process is in, what's out is saying, "Oh, no worries. Just give me a call if anything changes." I'm going to develop that sales process. I'm going to have overcoming objections. I'm going to script this stuff out and I'm going to role play. John Noonan and I have been role playing. We're actually going to role play this week. It's weird, it's uncomfortable, but role playing is in. What's out is missing out on customers and opportunities. Marketing and advertising, what's in is that in person communication, going back to the doggy daycares, the vet offices, the pet stores, getting to know people within the community. That is in. What is out is solely relying on online marketing. Now, why is this important to me? Because I need to have that connection. I need to talk to people. I want to talk to people. I don't necessarily have a big enough budget to be able to blow out my advertisement so much to where I can't go out there and shake hands, make a good impression on people, feel like get the pulse of the industry and figure out who wants the service, why would they want the service, why would they not want the service, all of that. So, what's in is getting back out there, dedicating some time throughout the week. It doesn't have to be hours and hours and hours, at least starting with 1 or 2 hours per week, getting out there and getting to know people. And what's out is just solely relying on social media and ads to bring in all of my customers. Transportation. I'm going to purchase a vehicle cash. I do not want to go through the process of getting a loan. I don't want to pay the interest rates. I don't want to have to deal with what's going to happen, the ramifications if the car gets into another accident. For those of you that have been around, last year I lost two company vehicles. One was the insurance pretty much paid the entire thing off. I think I got like $800 back. The second one, I was underwater, and luckily I had gap insurance that paid the remainder of the balance off, but it still took me a little over 5 months to receive a dime from the gap insurance. And so that was incredibly, incredibly stressful. And I'm not doing it again. I will buy used vehicles. So loans are out. What is in? Used vehicles that I can pay for with cash. It might take me a little bit longer to purchase the vehicle. Maybe I won't be able to purchase a Honda HRV. I will restructure my fleet because I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it again right now. And if you have advice or you have tips that go along with that, maybe you have some insight that maybe necessarily I'm not thinking of, please go ahead and let me know down in the comments because, woo, this one truly was a doozy for me and it sucked. So, um, in paying cash for vehicles, out getting a loan for the company vehicles. First time cleans, initial cleans, spring cleans, seasonal cleans, whatever you want to call them. That's that big, large clean that a customer wants from you. Okay. What's in? If a customer is going to sign up for reoccurring service moving forward, I will play with the price for that first clean. I will. And I know this is a really controversial topic. I understand that. I understand that. But I'm willing to negotiate with the price to get them on as a reoccurring customer. Now, I'm not going to lead with that, but I'm going to use it as a bartering tool. What's out it is the cut and dry thinking. I'm a small business. And what I like about dealing with small businesses is there's room, there's wiggle room. Small businesses want your business and they want to help you out and they want to figure out how to make you a part of their business. And that's what I want. I think I automated stuff a little bit too much and it took away the sparkle, the essence of what I enjoy about a small business. Now I'm not going to go back to where it was all loosey goosey. It was a little bit wild, but I do think that I'm going to lighten up a little bit, do a little less automation, right? And negotiate and kind of feel the customers out and see what the pulse is for 2025 financially in our area. Getting offended when people on the internet call our customers lazy or talk crap about our business. I'm no longer getting offended about the laziness comment. Because I mean, can we have an honest conversation? Can we talk about this? I mean, this might be a hot topic. Some of you guys might not agree, but I have my aunt clean my house. Okay. She cleans my house every Friday. I wanted to do other things other than clean my house. Now, I pick up here and there, we clean up, but deep cleaning, it's not happening. Was I able to keep up on the dishes? Nope. I wasn't able to keep up on the dishes. Could I have kept up on the dishes? Yeah, I could have. I'm never going to sit here and say that I'm so busy that I don't have enough time to wipe down my toilet. I don't have enough time to throw the dishes in the dishwasher. Do I have the energy or the want or the drive to do it? Nope. I could force myself and do it if we want to have an honest, real conversation. Just the same thing with the lawn. We hired a landscaper to take care of our yard a couple years ago. My husband has enough time to do it. He chooses not to. He doesn't want to do it. And sometimes I think to myself, I'm like, he's being a little lazy when it comes to like the yard stuff. Just like I'm being a little lazy when it comes to doing the housework. And I don't find that offensive. Why is the word lazy so offensive? Yeah, I feel like being lazy here. I don't want to do it. So I'm going to outsource it. I'm not correcting people anymore. When somebody calls one of my customers lazy, I'm no longer correcting it. I don't care. It's not worth my time. So what if the customer wants to be lazy? So what if the customer's too busy? So what if the customer, whatever, insert your reason of why. Oh well. So that's out. Getting upset, going back and forth with people in the comments about about the laziness is out. What's in? Embracing it. Embracing whatever the reason is that the customer wants to utilize our service because we're here in America. We can do what we want. We have lots of freedoms. Social media content posting in automations. I'm going to be using automations to post my content like Metricool. I'm going to create my content, upload it into Metricool, and allow it to auto post. I am no longer every day going to stress out about what it is that I'm going to post. I'm not doing it anymore. I hired a virtual assistant to help me with the social media side of my business. And I was really hesitant for this for a long time, but I just realized that I was starting to drown. I noticed that when I didn't feel like posting, I wasn't showing up on social media like I should. And so I have invested into another virtual assistant that is able to create filler posts for me behind the scenes. We're able to upload that into Metricool, and that stuff can just be posted out. Is it going to get a ton of engagement? Probably not. But at least it's keeping things consistent and keeping the regular posting going, even on the days where I don't feel like showing up. And then when I'm out in the field and I'm grabbing some content, because it doesn't matter if you feel like grabbing content or not, every single day you are out in the field working, you need to be grabbing some type of piece of content, at least one. One is the bare minimum. If it's a gate photo, if it's a cute dog, if it's a picture of your bucket in front of your work vehicle with your signage, you need to be getting something. Get yourself a little tripod, set your phone up. Don't get the house in the shot, so have it facing away from the house. I usually put the phone by the house, angling towards a fence. And still then the customers will notice their fence and they'll be like, "Hey, was that my house?" That's a whole nother another conversation for another time. Yeah, that's what we're doing. I'm no longer manually posting every single day. I will still manual post because I do feel like that stuff is still important, but I am scheduling out the majority of my posts and then manually posting the ones that I feel like I should manually post. Let's get into some personal stuff. Even though personal and business is really intertwined with me, just because that's who I am as a person, it's hard. It's really hard to separate it. Sometimes I do try to separate my business side from my personal side, but then I just spend too much time trying to do that. So it is what it is. So personal growth and wellness. What's in? We're working out. It's part of our daily habits. We're working out. We're going to the gym. Even if I don't make it, let's necessarily at 4:45 a.m. I know you guys are like, "What?" I have to do my workout early in the morning before the craziness of the day gets to me because I tried working out in the evening and so many times I would do it for a little bit and then I would be exhausted. I wouldn't want to have the energy. I wouldn't want to show up for myself. So I wake up in the morning, pop my retainer out, I brush my teeth, I drink my water, I go to the restroom, I get my clothes on, I go downstairs. Before I go downstairs, I put my socks on. I used to not put my socks on before I went downstairs because my stairs are slippery and I fell. I fell down my stairs a couple times. And I blew my back out literally. I bulged 2 discs in my back from tumbling down the stairs back over the summer. But anyways, socks are an issue for me. There would be so many times where I would go to get dressed and I would have my clothes, but then I wouldn't have any socks. And I'm trying to find a sock that matches. And because I'm wearing leggings now, so now I have to have like socks that actually like I can't have one real long one and one short one. I had way too many work socks. So what I did was I went to the store and I bought 2 or 3 packs of socks. What's going to happen? I'm washing and drying them, but when it gets to a point to where they disappear, they get lost, I don't know where they go. I'm not sure. Instead of trying to like dig through everything and figure out where the socks are at. I'm just going to go to the store and I'm going to buy another 2 pairs of socks because I realized that that was a bottleneck in my life. So trying to find socks and struggle with that, it's out. What's in? Buying socks. I'm going to buy more socks. They're really not that expensive, especially if it's stopping me from achieving my goals. Get out of here. So we're getting healthy, we're getting fit. We're going to get to 138, 137 pounds. I'm 5'4", maybe 5'3". Maybe there's some shrinkage. I'm not sure. I'm going to get down to roughly 24% body fat, 23, 24, 25, somewhere there. And I'm going to be at a level 4 visceral fat. Visceral fat is that bad fat that is in your stomach around your organs. That's the fat that is bad for your heart. And in my family, we have heart issues, and I don't want that. I don't want that for myself. I don't want to be on the diabetes medication. I don't want to be on the blood pressure medication. I want to make the decision now while I'm still able to before it's taken away. But if it does end up happening and I still end up having to be on those type of medications later on, at least I know that I truly, truly tried my best and feel like I'll be in a better place knowing that I at least tried, you know? I can't live my life being like, well, it's going to happen anyways. I might as well not even try. The election is rigged. I might as well not even vote. What's the point? I don't like that mindset at all. People that have that mindset, I don't understand you. I don't get it. I wonder if it's a personality issue. Woo, that might be a little bit feather ruffling, but I don't know where that came from. But yeah, that kind of stuff bothers me. Being a business owner, what's in? Having goals and dreams so big. So big. And what's out is being scared to dream that big and putting self-limited beliefs on myself and my business. Okay? We're going to dream big, we're going to set goals big, and we're going to achieve them. And we're just going to be on fire. And what's out is extinguishing our own fire. Baby, if you're hot and you got goals, why? Why are you putting that out? And if you have people in your life that are putting that out, like you're running super hot and then you got somebody around you that's cooling you down in a negative way, they got to go. Yeah, they just got to go. And if you are the problem, that old version of yourself has to go, because don't cool yourself down if you're hot and you got goals to achieve. I was talking to my friend Trisha about this, and I was explaining to her some issues that I'm having. She's like, you're being cooled down, like you're so hot, you're on fire, you're wanting to do all of this stuff. And then you have certain things in your life, you have certain mentalities, certain thought processes that are cooling you back down, so you're revved up and you get cooled down and you're never able to make it to the next level because of these things that are going on. And it was like a light bulb. I was like, you're right. So that stuff's out. Anybody that's, or anything, mindset that's cooling me down, gotta go. You're out. Social media and content creation, what's in? More organized and structured and planned content. Okay, maybe there will be less of it. Maybe I won't be posting so much, but it will be more organized and it won't feel so sporadic and feel so desperate on my end. Okay. So what's out is just posting to post. Like, I just need to post something today, so I'm just going to upload some crap. If it doesn't fall in a line with what I got going on, being a business owner, being a family woman, health and fitness, and my faith spiritual journey, if it doesn't really fall in a line with those categories, I'm not going to upload it. I'm not going to post it. I'm not going to use a trending sound that has foul language in it anymore because it's trending. That doesn't fall in a line with who I am and who I'm trying to be. And I got a potty mouth. I cuss like a sailor. And so I'm just trying to be better. I really am. I'm just trying to stop with the F bombs, because what if? What if I'm just cutting loose, right? And I'm at church, I'm cutting loose with Miss Sarah, and I'm like, yeah, and then I drop the F bomb. I would be mortified if I did that in that setting. So, if I would be mortified there, why am I not mortified here in my podcast studio when I'm talking to a friend of mine that I respect a lot? Why? You know? Home service insights and education. I want to lean more into learning about like the business side of it when it comes to like sanitation. Okay. Yes, we sanitize our equipment. A lot of us sanitize and disinfect and deodorize yards and patios and turf. But like, I want to know the science behind that. I want to understand that side of it and like what products are being used, what products are safe for the dogs, like this and that. Like I want to understand that more. I want to understand the bacterias that get passed through dog waste. Like I want to understand like when a dog has white poop, why? When a dog has certain color poop, why is that happening? If there's a worm in it, what type of worm? What causes that? Like I want to know. I want to educate myself in that. So that's in. And what's out is being like, "Well, I don't know. I just scoop dog poop. I don't need to know any about this stuff. I just know that like it can happen. It can cross contaminate. The This person I know uses this product, so I'm just going to use it." That's out. I need to know why. Like I want to understand what's going on behind the scenes because that's important. I want to be able to explain that to a customer if they are curious and they want to know. Lifestyle and leisure. I want things to be more simple. I want more quality time built in with family, my husband. I want to be more intentional with taking my dog for a walk. Don't play this video around her because if hears the word walk or if I WALK, she gets all revved up and runs and goes and grabs her leash and then runs to the door and looks at you. I want to be more intentional with that. I need to plan better so I'm able to dedicate that time to be able to spend with the people that I really want to spend time with. Because I do have a handful of people around me that I haven't been able to see in quite some time. Like a friend of mine had to go to the hospital on Thanksgiving, and I didn't know that. It's been a month and a half. And I didn't know that that had happened to him, and I don't like that. And so I want to be super intentional with that. I want to stay dedicated to date night with my husband. We're going to be doing stuff on Fridays and have enough energy for him and pour into him because by nature, I'm a very selfish person. Things are very much so about me because I have a lot of stuff that I'm trying to do and I want to do. And that's great. That's all fun and games until there's somebody else that has a need or a want. And then I have to be like, oh, I need to kind of put what I want aside to pour into this other person. And it's not that I'm giving anything up. It's not like I'm compromising. I just have to schedule and budget that time into my calendar. But there has to be some wiggle room. There was some pushback with my husband because he would want to like sit on the couch and watch TV. And I'd be like, I'm not wasting my time sitting on the couch and watching TV. That's what losers do. I have too much going on. But I have to also understand that he likes to cuddle, he likes physical touch. And so sitting on the couch and watching a movie that he watched from his childhood, because he had an awesome childhood, that's quality time for him. So that's not a waste of time, even though I will be dying inside. I'm sure there's a lot of things that he does that he hates. So I'm going to try to be better about that kind of stuff. And especially because it's only 2 hours, it's not that big of a deal. It's fine. Maybe I'll actually get into it and I'll be able to like relax and calm down. And maybe I'll eat a gluten free, delicious treat and, and learn how to enjoy it. But I always fall asleep when I sit on the couch. So I don't know. We're going to have to see that. So that's in. And what's out is bailing and canceling on plans with those people that I do deem and find important. And I want to have a relationship. I will stay committed, even if I am tired. If we put it on the schedule that we're going to hang out one Tuesday a month for 2 hours, I can muster the energy to do so. And I will because the life goes by too fast, and there's friends and people in my life that a year has gone by and I have not physically seen them in person. And I don't find that to be acceptable. Mental health and sobriety. What's in? Staying sober. Staying sober off of everything. And when I mean everything, let's talk about it. I want to be very transparent. I didn't do very hard drugs. So when you think about, I don't know if I can talk about this on YouTube. But when you think about like the hard stuff, I never did any of that stuff. Okay. I'm not shaming you. I'm not shaming the people that have done it. I have not. Right. So I don't know what that lifestyle looks like. For me personally, it was drinking, weed, edibles, and then a good prescription narcotic, you know, just to take the edge off, or a prescription that your doctor gives you to focus, an Adderall or something of that nature. I'm not doing it. I'm not taking antidepressants. I'm not taking the pain pills, which I don't need to do that anyways. I'm not doing any of that stuff because one, the antidepressants, they turn you into a zombie. And I am a full believer. I'm a full believer that the government and the doctors and all of it, they want to keep us sick. They want us to be zombies. They want the men to have low testosterone so they're not able to fight. They want the women to be walking zombies so they're not able to be there and support their men, and they're zoning out and they're not involved with their children. People aren't taking care of themselves. They're not eating healthy. They're getting fatter. They're getting lazier. They're getting dumber. They're getting number. Um, COVID really opened my eyes to a lot of this. And then also going to the doctor, when the doctor gave me so much Seroquel that if I would have taken the dose that she gave me, she would have killed me. And my eyes just kind of like, I don't know. I don't know what happened, but I was thinking about this and I said, during COVID, they shut down all the small businesses, but they allowed for the liquor stores to be open because people are so dependent on alcohol that if they would have closed the liquor stores, it would have been hysteria. It would have been mass chaos because there's so many functioning alcoholics. Okay. So they had to leave the liquor stores open, right? But they shut down the small businesses. They caused so many issues, right? And a lot of people, because of not being able to go to the gym and go and work out, not being able to be around people, started drinking more because why? The liquor stores are open. The food delivery places are open. So you can get food delivered to you. So you're drinking more. You're getting fatter and unhealthier because you're eating takeout. You're getting depressed because you're not around people. Telling you, oh, outside, you got to be cautious outside. So it just messes with your head. And then all of a sudden, everything's out of balance. Your diet's out of balance. You're not doing what you normally were doing. You got financial issues. So now you're getting on medication. I think it's a huge problem. A huge problem. Every time I hear somebody that's like, oh, I went to the doctor. I was having some anxiety. I'm not feeling well. They put me on some Zoloft. I want to be like, don't do it. Don't. I've been there. I've done that. You go in, anything. They're like, oh, you need some Zoloft. What about getting your hormones tested? What about that? What about seeing if that's maybe a problem instead of just boom, let's turn you into a zombie? Oh, I went off on a tangent there. So, healthy living's in. What's out is Western medicine and going to the doctor and having them try to prescribe you with numbing medication so you don't deal with actual emotions and deal with the actual issues of just being a human, the human experience. Our bodies aren't perfect. We're aging, they're breaking down, things are changing. So that's out. That's it. Last but not least, like trendy pop culture things or just trendy things in general. What's in is just basic stuff, basic shirts. If I like it, I'm going to buy it in all the colors and I'm just going to wear that until I don't like it anymore. Same thing with a pair of jeans. I'm going to find a couple pair of jeans that fit good, look good, I feel good in, and I'm just going to wear those. I'll have a couple pairs of shoes and then I'll just rotate through that stuff until I don't like it. I get a chapstick stain on it or something and I need to replace it. I'm not wasting time spending time at the mall, going shopping, looking for all these different outfits. If there's something in my closet that doesn't make me look good, I don't feel good, I don't feel confident in it, it's gone, it's out. It's no longer coming into my closet. I need things that are efficient. This year, I like the way it feels, I like the way it looks, and it's efficient. And when it's not, I will go ahead and I will get rid of it because I'm not spending money on high-end items. None of that. I'm not interested. I have this Gucci belt that's sitting in my closet that was $550, and I've probably worn it out of the house a handful of times. Okay. That belt was a waste of money. At the time, I was like, you got to have that belt because you're making this amount of money and you've reached it. And I got the belt. And guess what? I didn't feel any better about myself at all. But now that I've been working out, I'm taking care of myself, I'm feeling good, I'm looking good. I got this belt from Mexico that I keep having to cut down because it's too big and I keep popping new holes in it. That belt looks great. And it was $50. And it was made by a gentleman in Mexico with his own hands. And I watched him make it. Well, I watched him finalize it in front of me, you know? And I got a nice story to go along with it. So, in simplicity, not overthinking it, what's out is an abundance. I'm not, it's not worth it. I'm not buying the stuff. I unhooked my Amazon account from I unhooked my debit card from my Amazon account. I don't even have a bank account card to the joint checking account anymore because I don't need to buy anything. I really don't. Check in on me in a little bit to see how I'm going or how I'm doing. So that's my ins and outs for 2025. What's your ins and outs for 2025?